All right, now we're live. Hello, everyone. This is Ninja DC. Join you for a blast from the past as we react to the first episode of MLP. It's been quite a while since I think a lot of us seen it.
Well, technically, Rescue at Midnight Castle is the first episode of MLP. You did not specify that, and you. I'm going to annoy myself.
So yes, don't tell us about that in the comments section. We know.
But joining me again is Unova.
Well, good afternoon. Sorry, not good afternoon. I mean, good evening, bronies and Pegasisters. But yeah, we're gonna be watching some good old season 1 goodness. No matter how long has it been since any of us have seen it. I mean, like for me, I remember the first time I saw season this premiere, like when the hub was just starting to like run off of its heels as like a new channel on like replacing Discovery Kids and such.
The hub.
Yeah, the hub. You remember?
That was a really long intro there, Didn't expect it.
I mean, this episode has a bit of history with me. I mean, like before me discovering the Brony fandom, I actually watched this episode when it first premiered. So, yeah, I think I kind of have an edge-wise against other people when they say like, "Oh, we were the ones who came into like the show like unbiased and such." Like, I was just watching it for the heck of it. I mean, the channel came on. Yeah.
All right, Cadet.
Hello, everybody. I'm Cadet Redshirt, reporting for review. I don't have that much of a history with the show. I started like right before season 3 finale. That was when I started watching it. And then I saw that live. And then I saw the movie live. So it's like, oh, great. That's where I started.
Start out on a good hoof.
Yeah.
The season 3 finale?
Yeah, no.
Wait, what was your first one?
Yeah, it was. But like he said, starting off on a good hoof, I was like, no, not at all. The rage was very prevalent with a lot of people.
I mean, like for me, even watching like that episode, like there was only one moment in which I was like, a lot of people were just like antagonizing the guys before even disliking it, but yeah, it's just season 3 finale, an episode of change, an episode of basic heavy rewrites for M.A. Larson and such.
Well, for him, not by him, though. Yeah.
When you have
apparently he wrote a whole different story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell that you can tell it was supposed to be 2 episodes so badly.
Yeah. Curiously, though, well, I mean, that's like he's not the only one that's like said something like, "Oh, I'd like to thank Megan McCarthy for the episode she made from my script." So, okay, I'm wondering if the episodes that keep seeming like do-over magical mystery cures, like if it could actually all be tied back to her.
No, like her becoming a princess, that was like Hasbro's decision, like by far. That was something they have predetermined to reach at some point. You can just sort of tell, especially since the merchandise was leaking beforehand. It's so like with Princess, I guess. God, I almost called her by her fan nickname. What's the one?
Flurry Heart.
Baby Alicorn Nightmare. Yeah.
Flurry Heart.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's like you can't really blame Flurry Heart on Megan because you know that's something that Hasbro's like, you have to do this sort of thing.
Yeah. I mean, at least they kept her out of the show like as much as they could without the cheap pretending she didn't exist sort of thing.
No, they sort of did the same thing with Princess Twilight. I mean, her wings are there, but the princess part is not.
Well, I mean, I don't even like. I kind of liked how they. Well, even though I didn't like how they made it happen, I kind of liked how they grew her into it. But then they decided, like, okay, now that she's a princess, she's a decoration. Like, now that she has a castle and is a princess. I don't, but not here to talk about that. Should probably stop going. We're here to talk about the thing that kicked off everything.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And actually, it's your turn to talk about yourself.
When does
I
he
was born
not,
on
though?
a night of thunder and lightning.
Shut up. Just get to it.
Yeah, second opinion here. From a critic first and a fan second, here's a second watch. Or a third watch, fourth, whatever I'm on by now with this episode. But I also have a case to be made, though, for good perspective on this one. This was not the first episode I saw. It was like the fourth, maybe fifth, where I just decided to go in order already and see, because I'd watched a couple episodes I really liked, a couple episodes I thought were like, okay, so yeah, I was coming into this one still not knowing who everyone was, still getting the context I was meant to experience this in, finding about everything for the first time, and still able to compare it to other episodes.
Actually,
Although I was calling my show Non-Brony Reviews, so some people might say that I was looking to be a little more critical than I should have been, but that was totally just like, hey, I'm gonna give the haters a chance, see if they're right just as much as the fans. Who knows who I'm gonna side with.
But I just want to toss in something. My 2 cents is, actually, this wasn't my first episode either. The funny story for me is because I just decided to give it a chance after hearing so good things about it online. My first 2 episodes, my first one was, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember, like Stairmaster, and then Green is Not Your Color. And because those were my first 2 episodes of watching it, I thought Fluttershy was the main character, not Twilight, because those are the 2 episodes. The 2 episodes with Twilight had like the least amount of role in like season 1 was like the ones I actually started out on.
And Fluttershy had the most prominent role. Even in, like, especially Green Isn't Your Color, because I mean, it's really not even like her story, quote unquote, but they still give her the most focus.
Yeah.
Like, Rarity's the one who goes through the whole story arc there, but they still treat Fluttershy like she's the real deal.
Yeah.
Well, that was a dual antagonist episode. That's actually one thing I liked about season 1 is I had a lot of split protagonist episodes where like it was right down the middle, where like it was a Rarity and Fluttershy episode together.
Mm-hmm.
In the same way that Fall Weather Friends was like a Rainbow Dash and AJ episode. How also Watch Your Sleep was an AJ and Rarity episode where like they're both equally the protagonists of the episode. It learns a lesson, but it was like an interesting trend of season 1 that had some reappearances in previous season, but not to the same amount.
Yeah. Well, like now they bring in the map to force it to happen, but like I don't know, in the older, like I said in the older episode, that Green Isn't Your Color, that Fluttershy was Fluttershy was treated like the main character, but it was more Rarity's story. Like they didn't need everything to be perfectly like square cut balanced like that, which I don't know, felt a little more organic, I guess. It was a breath of fresh air, because I've seen a lot of shows that are kind of like everything is sort of structured in blocks that all fit nice and super duper neat. All boring and predictable, like, but okay, getting sidetracked again. Hushing you.
But is everyone ready to start?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm ready to start.
All right. Press play in 3. I just got.
Hey, please welcome our next guest on this show.
You have no idea where that ding was from. It's like, okay, it's from.
It's probably Facebook.
I know it's Facebook, but like, there's nothing that came up on Facebook.
Oh, that's weird.
It's like, that's what I was checking to see if John popped in, but no. So it's like, okay then. Anyway, everyone ready?
Mm-hmm.
Blast from the past.
Press play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Once upon a time, in the magical land.
Didn't they say originally for the season 3 finale that book was supposed to close, like, signify the end of the series?
Yeah.
I mean, I think originally season 3 was supposed to be the final season, but success.
Yeah.
That's why I think, like I said, they had Twilight probably become a princess because that was probably like, okay, by season 3, that's how it's going to end.
Mhm.
And if I actually did the math, like the first series of MLP had the exact same amount of episodes as like season 1 through 3.
65, yeah.
I just love that it's all on canvas in this part. You can see the texture.
I mean, they're going full-blooded on this.
But the bitterness in the young one's heart had transformed her into a wicked mare of darkness, Nightmare Moon.
Oh yeah, that too. That also happens when you get jealous.
The land in eternal night.
Oh, and started trying to blast her sister's head off.
The most powerful magic known
Yeah.
the elements of harmony. Using
That magically cuts to
elements
season
of
4
harmony,
premiere.
She defeated her younger sister and banished her
Which,
permanently in the
I
moon.
actually think that this intro probably explained it a little better than the season 4 premiere, because that just comes out of nowhere when they do it there. And it has
Yeah.
nothing to do with anything afterwards.
Oh man, so much so.
Elements of harmony. I know
Aw, these colors are so mooded.
Where?
Actually, I think that might just be an error from this,
Hey, theme song.
from like this
Hey.
stream I got it from, because this is like an old like cut I got, like where like there was an iTunes color correction or something like that.
With all the slight differences, yeah, this is the old theme song visual.
Yep. No Discord.
No, I'm just saying that's like the color actually might actually be off because there's like some iTunes is not doing it right or something. I forget how it was way back in like 4 or so years ago. So,
But yeah, we start out with this huge lore and then just cut to this little student here reading about it, like, sense of greater forces at work.
Such simple backgrounds.
Oh, by the way, Moondancer also considers you her best friend ever, and she'll be totally heartbroken by the fact that you're missing this party.
Does that pony do anything?
And I just wonder why they retconned
And
that part.
somehow bond with Moondancer deeply and personally,
Part of the elements of harmony.
in her unintentionally, I guess.
And there's Lyra, another one of Twilight's supposed acquaintances.
Yeah, let's throw that in the later episode too.
Spike!
The first instance of Spike abuse.
There you are. Quick, find me that old copy of
Damn it, I still can't listen to this episode without hearing that one remix somebody did.
It wasn't
What?
the moon dance.
Oh yeah, Alex S remix, didn't you?
Oh, there's something else in that package too, by the way.
We're on a break.
Mm-hmm. I wonder how that picture frame didn't get wrecked through a
Well, yeah,
Dragon Ball.
Spike's tail was clear through it.
No.
Mhm.
No. Spike! It's over here!
He's good, your assistant.
Mm.
Elements. E. Aha.
Let me start from the
Elements
back of the book
harmony.
to try and find
See,
E.
Mare in the moon?
This is when the horn magic was still like a little more muted, like they made it a little more subtle.
Mare in the moon.
Hmm.
Myth from olden pony times. A powerful pony who wanted to rule Equestria, defeated by the elements of harmony and imprisoned in the moon. Legend has it that on
If
the
you
long trail of
believe,
magic myth,
they
the stars
put a
will
mare
appear,
on the
and she will
moon.
bring about night
Mare
and
on the
eternal.
moon.
Spike, do you know what this means? No.
Oh, It's the upcoming pony apocalypse.
Take a note, please. To the princess. Oh, Doki? My dearest teacher.
Well, at least she caught him that time.
Studies of pony magic have led me to discover that we are on the precipice of disaster.
Hold on. Press it.
Threshold.
Okay, I can call that.
He's a weirdo, dragon.
It's just such a cute little, like, offhand Twilight moment.
Something really bad is about to happen. For you see, the
Cute little
myth of the
Twilight
Mirror
and
in the
Spike
Moon
moment.
is in fact
And hello there, Nightmare
She's
Moon.
about to return to Equestria
Hey.
and bring with her eternal night.
Nice
Something
touch.
must be done to make sure this terrible prophecy does not come true.
Damn it! I can't hear this without hearing that
Faithful
remix.
student,
Crap! Every time the lines come up. Oh crap!
send it.
Now,
Of course.
I don't know, Twilight. Princess Celestia's a little busy
Summer,
getting
summer,
ready
sun
for the summer
celebration.
sun celebration. And it's like the day after tomorrow.
That's just
Damn it.
Spike.
The day after tomorrow.
is the
This
Sabbath
music.
of
Is...
the
No, damn
celebration.
it!
It's imperative that the princess is told right away.
Impera?
Important.
Okay.
Something that still hasn't been explained.
On its way.
Dragon Fire Mail.
Oh, I'm not worried, Spike. The princess trusts me completely. In all the years she's been my mentor, she's never once doubted me.
Try this before the
It's kind of
fall.
interesting that they have that kind of relationship, though. Twilight,
My dearest, most faithful student,
like, goes beyond her just being
you
a
know
teacher's
that I
pet.
value your diligence and that I trust you completely. But you simply must stop reading those dusty old books.
By the way, get a life.
My dear Twilight, there was more to a young
Something the
pony's
intro
life than
forgot. They didn't come in a
So I'm sending
balloon.
you to supervise
to
the
Ponyville.
preparations for the summer sun celebration in this year's location, Ponyville. And I have an even more essential task for you.
She's
to
so
complete.
triggered.
Make some friends.
Oh.
Look on the bright side, Twilight.
Uh.
The princess arranged for you to stay in a library. Doesn't that make you happy?
Yes.
I freaking love
Yes, it
Spike's
does.
voice.
Well, because I'm right. I'll check on the preparations as fast as I
It does
can.
sound like a
Then
younger
to the library
octave
by
in
the
like
conclusion of
this.
Nightmare Moon's return.
Oh,
What
yeah.
we've heard.
When will you
Oh,
make
yeah.
friends like
Which makes some sense, because, I mean, if he's a baby dragon, he'd be... I mean, that's a stage of life that doesn't last very long.
Equestria does not rest on me making friends.
Big
And
Mike's
the
glitter
first-
herpes cutie mark.
Or if he's 2 years older,
Oh wait,
probably
glitter remark?
3 or however much it is by now.
Ponyville have interesting things to talk about.
Mm.
Come on, Twilight, just try.
Let me just stare at you until you say something.
Hello?
It's kind of weird seeing Pinkie Pie acting normal before that revealed.
Which, I kind of love little moments like that, too. Like, Twilight isn't just some kind of overplayed humbug. Like, she's...
Sweet apple.
like they said, Moondancer was exactly like her
Oh,
for being...
frick! I hate this voice. Oh, Applejack right now compared to, like, this voice.
Let's get this over with.
Oh, she's
Good
so...
afternoon. My name
It's
is
just not.
Twilight Sparkle.
Applejack ain't having any of that overly formal stuff.
Pleasure making your acquaintance. I'm Applejack. We here at Sweet Apple Acres.
I
sure
love
do
her
love making
modern
friends.
voice opposed to
Friends?
this. Like, it sounds so...
So,
I don't know.
Has more bass, like more
Yeah,
country.
her new one, yeah.
Preparations for the summer sun celebration.
Yes.
And you're in charge of the food?
We sure as sugar are. Would you care to
It's
taste
definitely
some?
higher pitch.
Oh, yeah. It's like 2 octaves higher than the one she uses now.
So Applejack's
Every pony?
get to know your voice is a little more cheerful.
Now,
I love the way they drew that. Her
This
beside
big
them,
old
just
neck.
like,
Really?
you know, well, like the chest out, like some kind of salesman. Like, I'd love to present to you.
Golden delicious caramel apple, apple strudel, apple tart, baked apples, apple brioche, apple cinnamon crisp.
You just happened to.
And...
Apple flume.
Apple Granny Smith, we got guests.
I remember the first time I saw that punchline. That was.
Well, I'd say they're already part of the family.
Okay, well.
But I like
I can see
pears.
the food situation is handled, so
Damn it.
aren't you gonna stay for brunch?
No.
You got here on the Apple Family reunion.
But we have an awful lot to do.
Oh God, those eyes look so freaky.
Fine.
A lot of their hair too. It's like
Early
just
Twilight,
from the
it's
point next to their ears.
It's like so well done. Like she's not oblivious. She's not unfeeling. She just like prefers not to
I
Yeah.
ate too much pie.
socialize.
There's supposed to be a Pegasus pony named Rainbow Dash clearing the clouds.
And we represent the other Ashley
Well,
Ball
she's not
voice
doing a very
actor.
good job, is she?
Voice acting role.
Excuse me?
Oh.
Let me help you.
She's just all giggly.
Yeah.
It's like she's sorry, but she's not that sorry. It's still a little funny to her.
Oops. I guess I overdid it. How about this? My very own patented Rain Blow Dry.
Blow the mud in
No,
your
no,
hair.
don't thank me. You're quite welcome.
Little Spike.
Let me guess. More rainbow dash.
These two get along. Rainbow
What?
and Spike.
You heard of me?
Well,
I heard
sometimes.
you're supposed to be keeping the sky clear. I'm Twilight Sparkle, and the princess sent me to check on the weather. Yeah, that'll be a snap. I'll do it in a jiffy, just as soon as I'm done practicing. Practicing for what? The Wonderbolts! They're gonna perform at the celebration. The Wonderbolts? Yep. The most talented flyers in all
Of
That's
exposition.
them. Please. They'd never accept a Pegasus who can't even keep the sky clear for one measly day. Hey, I could clear the sky in 10 seconds flat.
Reverse psychology.
Loop around and flat. What I say? 10 seconds flat.
I meant to time that.
Ponyville hanging.
No, it is. It's 10 seconds.
Pony.
See
Okay.
the look on your face. You're a laugh, Twilight Sparkle. I can't wait to hang out some more.
She's amazing.
That's friendly in her own way.
Wait, it's kind of pretty once you get used to it.
If you're not OCD about that.
Yes.
No, the
Decor's coming along
simple
nicely.
decor.
This ought to be quick.
Back when
I'll
it
be in the
was
library in no time.
adorable.
Beautiful indeed.
Not the decor.
There's so much detail now.
No.
It's so
The
ridiculous.
marshmallow pony.
Oh, goodness, no.
The little birds.
Are they
Oh,
still
little
Doves.
hearts.
Afternoon. Just a moment, please. I'm in the zone, as 'twere. Sparkle.
I'm
oh,
kind of
does
just
it
sort of
matter?
wondering, is Rarity Spike's first crush?
Now,
Or
help
but-
you? Stars, darling! Whatever happened to coiffure? Oh, you mean my mane? Well, it's a long story. I'm just here to check on the decorations, and then I'll be out of your hair.
Out of my hair.
Yeah.
What about
Your hair.
Where are we going?
Help.
Too green.
I mean, that, I,
Too poofy.
I keep saying this, but I really like their impression of like someone who just
Shaggy.
tries to be like brief with everyone,
You were telling me where
Ooh.
you're from.
hey, remember
or just
when
like
Sil-
rather not talk.
remember when
What's up?
Styles were supposed to be like the dress sorter for ponies before?
Canterlot! Oh, I
Hmm.
am so
Oh,
envious.
yeah.
The glamour, the sophistication. I have always dreamed of living there. I can't wait to hear
Oh,
all
that's
about
nice.
it. We are gonna be the best
But
friends.
I'm going to change my mind off screen, you see, and just
Was I thinking?
Ooh,
Get
that
you some
that
movies.
animation error.
Quick,
Oh, that was
decides
nope,
to dye
nope,
my
nope.
coat any color.
That neck was awful.
Wasn't she
On Rarity.
Focus, Casanova. What's next on the list?
music?
Such simple backgrounds. Oh my gosh. They're so simple.
Hmm.
Where
more
like
picturesque.
Mm. I love that bird.
Oh my. Stop, please, everyone.
Shh.
Excuse me, sir. I mean, no offense, but the rhythm is just a teeny
Yeah,
tiny
he's
bit
doing
off.
pretty well for a blue jay.
Now, follow me, please. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. Hello.
Her voice has changed a lot too.
I'm so sorry.
Mm.
I didn't mean
Well,
to
she,
frighten your birds.
like,
I'm just here to check
they
up on the
emphasize
nest and
her how
sound
timid she is, like, less and less. Like,
Actually, funny thing is that you
No,
can
she's
hear
got
some of her
more
voice.
whisper. Yeah.
I'm
You can
Twilight
actually hear her
Sparkle.
voice change more, like between like the beginning of
What's your
season
name?
2. I mean, season 2, like early season 2, and then late season 2, where you can sort of tell a difference.
I'm sorry. What was that?
It's one thing I always know is like I just remember hearing in what's it named? Putting her up down.
but it was hurting her in the early seasons.
Well, it looks like your birds are back. So I guess everything's in order. Keep up the good work. Okay. Well, that was easy.
Peek between the hair.
A baby dragon!
But you can tell she had it in her.
I've seen a baby
She had the speed within her all along.
Well, well, well.
dragon. Talks. I didn't know dragons could talk. That's just
Oh.
so incredibly wonderful. I just don't even know what to say. Well, in that case, we better be
Oh, the early magic effects.
Oh, it looks so
Yeah.
strange.
Yeah, it was a little more muted and such.
Wow, a talking dragon. What do dragons talk about?
Well, what do you want to know?
Absolutely everything.
Ugh.
We begin this with chapter 1, the egg-laying section.
Oh, Fluttershy, like, how much of a, like, animal fangirl she is almost.
Do you want to hear about today?
Is adorable.
Yes, please.
He's fantastically
I'm so sorry.
adorable.
How did
Oh.
The little
Oh,
eye,
my
the little eye
Well, and
focus
Ponytail,
too. It
and
was
my
great. I
Poor
love
baby
it.
dragon needs his sleep. No, I don't. Aw, look at that.
He's so sweet. He can't even keep his
little
balance.
You simply must
Just so
Yes, yes.
Simply must
Get right on it.
shove shove.
All right.
Ah.
Rude much.
Sorry, Spike. But I have to convince the princess that Nightmare Moon is coming and we're running out of time. I just need to be alone so I can study without a bunch of crazy ponies trying to make friends all the time. Now, where's the light?
Okay. How did this episode come up with better dialogue than the one 5 seasons or 4.5 seasons later? Like,
Lauren Frost.
Party just for you. Were you surprised?
yeah, probably. Because, like, okay, I just need to get this message to the princess without a bunch of crazy ponies trying to make friends all the time, versus the last thing I need is a bunch of ridiculous friend-making keeping me from studying. Like, that line is incredibly flat.
Oh.
Aw, the derps.
Although Pinky was a little less funny in this part.
And the legendary Derpy Face has been worn.
And somehow Fluttershy got in.
Are you all right, Sugar Cube?
Ah, the birth of Flame.
Hey, look, multiple, like, coalesce.
Your Twilight evolved into Ponyta.
Just wait until she becomes
see-
Nice
Rapidon.
original meme, dude. 10 out of 10.
I did not know ponies listen to techno.
Wanna play? No! All the ponies in this town are crazy! You know what time it is?
It's the eve of the summer sun celebration. Every pony has to stay up, or they'll miss the princess raise the sun. You
Exposition.
Really should lighten up, Twilight. It's a party.
Wait a minute, I just kind of realized this is basically New Year's.
Yeah, except for like raise the sun, so they'll be like at 5 a.m. You're celebrating.
All this ridiculous from it.
Who can stay up to 5
Is it that on the longest day of the 1000th year, the stars will aid in her
Her window
escape,
looks like a
and she will
wing.
bring about everlasting night.
Mm.
Like a butterfly
The
wing.
princess was right. I hope it really is just an old ponytail.
Come on, Twilight. It's time to watch the sunrise.
Well, at least it kind of shows how much concern she has for all of pony kind here.
Mm.
Another factor into
Well,
why.
it's not even like she's unfeeling, it's just like she's kind of buried herself in this one thing, and that's just what she prefers, or at least what she thinks she does. How did the Blue Jay make the top 5?
How did they get a trumpet in there?
As Megan mayor of Ponyville.
Yeah, the others
It is my
birds are all
great
off playing the
pleasure to
trumpet.
announce the beginning of the summer
But they
sun
have beaks.
celebration. In just a few moments, our town will witness the magic of the sunrise and celebrate this, the longest day of the year.
Let's look at the banner
And now,
representing it.
It is my great honor to introduce to you the ruler of our land, the very pony who gives us the sun and the moon.
I still just can't
every
stop
day.
thinking that she has a
The
pink
good,
mane.
The wise, the bringer of harmony to all of Equestria.
Ready?
Princess
What would that even look like?
Celestia.
That shading. Just cell shading.
This can't be good.
Remain calm, every pony. There must be a reasonable explanation.
Oh, I love guessing games. Is she hiding? She's gone. Ooh, she's good. Oh no,
Ominous.
Nightmare Moon.
Oh, my beloved subjects. It's been so long since I've seen your precious little sun-loving faces.
What did
Early
you do with our princess?
By the way, they totally didn't know each other yet.
Yeah.
Who?
Why?
Cutie mark
The
creators.
CMC.
Enough for you. Don't you know who I am?
Oh,
More guessing games.
missed him in the background.
I shouldn't think that's funny because it's so like forced in, but it is.
Now that I have been imprisoned for 1,000 years, did you not recall the legend? Did you not see the signs?
I did. And
I love
know
that
who
she's
you are.
like
You're the mayor in the moon.
being all
Nightmare Moon.
snobbish towards Rarity because it's the same voice actress.
I
I just love
You also
it.
know why I'm here.
You're here too.
She's like, ahem.
Remember this day, little ponies, for it was your last. From this moment forth, the night will last forever.
Have a Snickers, Luna.
You're not you, right your hips. Are you hungry? So, yeah. Kind of very appreciative of the sort of redesign or like just basically adding like monstrous features to Nightmare Moon later on in the series.
Well, I guess it depends on I mean, when she's just standing there, like presenting herself as this
Elements of harmony.
monarch, this
See, mayor in the moon?
this
But that's just an old pony's tale.
passed over monarch or
Bring about
something.
nighttime eternal. It's imperative that the princess is told right away. I knew she would want to take immediate action.
My dear Twilight, there is more to a young pony's
Immediate
life.
action,
Man,
sending you to get a life.
All the ponies in this town are crazy. I hope the princess was right. She's gone.
Oh, and like the little stars that were moving towards the moon, they're like, I guess
Yeah.
foreshadowing the destiny there.
My little pony, my little
Or just that the elements of harmony are giving out in that
No,
way.
it just said the stars will aid in her escape. So I assume that was just a bunch
Oh,
of
but they're
random
just
stars.
like the stars on Twilight's cutie mark.
How many does she have though?
But
She has 5. The moon, I don't know if there might have been only 4, but
no, it was only 4. It was
but
only
it's a
4.
similar image, I guess, is the thing that has me wondering about that one.
Mm.
She has the greatest mane ever.
Seize her! Only she knows where the princess is! Stand back, you fools!
And this is a more intense action than the whole action scenes of like Cutie Remark.
Come back here
Except for like the whole battle with the changeling versus Hokora.
forever.
Well,
With the
King
silhouette.
Stomper got an action scene there too, but
Yeah, it was less
I
intense.
saw Nightmare!
You've been up all night, Spike. You are a baby dragon after all.
Hey.
Oh, they actually
Sure.
planted that earlier.
Elements, elements, elements.
it's
How can I
yeah,
stop Nightmare Moon
it's
without
easier to
harmony?
accept than a lot of their excuses to write out Spike.
Harmony.
if there was more night episodes.
Simmer down, Sally. She ain't no spy. But she sure knows what's going on. Don't you, Twilight? I read all about the prediction of Nightmare Moon. Some mysterious objects called the Elements of Harmony are the only things that can stop her. But
See,
I
these
don't know what
5
they
did
are.
clearly know each other ahead of time,
know
but
what they do.
it doesn't seem like they were as close.
How did you find that? It was under E. Oh,
Little hints that Pinkie Pie is actually
there are 6 elements of harmony, but only 5 are known.
Very meticulous.
Eh,
Generosity, honesty,
not lacking
and
the
loyalty.
mental
The
capacity.
6th is a complete mystery. It is said the last known location of the 5 elements was in the ancient castle of the Royal Pony Sisters.
Game on.
It's located in what is now the Everfree Forest. Let's go! Not so fast. Look,
Even in the simpler animation, this could be taken as a lesson on, like, yeah, how to be a little experimental with colors.
Basically, how they're getting like they're using less animation but using more creative ways to display it. Sort of
Rainbow
thing.
Dash's missing tail.
What? Those things are good. So, none of you have been in
Intent.
here before? Heavens no! Just look at it. It's dreadful. And it ain't natural. Folks say it don't work the same as Equestria. What's that supposed to mean? No, pony knows. You know why? Rainbow quit it. 'Cause every pony who's ever come in has never come out. Fluttershy,
Timing.
quick! Oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm a-coming. Applejack, what do I do?
Applejack is
Let
awesome.
go. Are you crazy? No, I ain't. I promise you'll be safe. That's not true. Now listen here. What I'm saying to you is the honest truth.
Because there's 2 ponies below you who will catch you.
I love that. The eyes get really big and just like fall.
Phew. Sorry, girls. I'm not used to holding anything more than a bunny or 2.
Uh-huh.
Which, I mean, I guess I can actually kind of accept that, because, like, Applejack not wanting to take the time to hash it out, like, well, how do you know they'll catch me? Or what if they draw?
And once Pinky and Rarity were safe, whoosh! Me and Fluttershy looped a loop around and wham! Caught you right in the nick of time. Yes, Rainbow, I was there. But we got
Settling in all
I
that
was there.
skill.
We've got to get past him.
Okay.
Take that, you ruffian! My hair!
My hair. Because they need a pony who says that.
All yours, partner.
Heh.
On it. Wait.
I'm doing the flash thing with the tornado.
Rainbow!
Alright. Final round.
Charge in.
Just the way she hopped on the ground.
As we said before, Fluttershy had it in her. Even if she didn't always know it.
Oh, you poor, poor little baby. Little? Just a second.
What the?
6 seasons in the future, someone did get eaten by a lion of sorts.
Whoa. How did you know about the
That's
thing?
not me.
Sometimes we all just need to be shown a little kindness.
Wink. All as good as a wink. Nudge, nudge. Know what I mean?
Ugh, my eyes need a rest from all this icky muck. Didn't mean that literally. That ancient ruin could be right in front of our faces and we wouldn't even know it. I didn't see you there. My apologies.
Dun, dun.
Right here. Oh, wait. I think I stepped in something. It's just mud.
Evil trees a thing in the Everfree Forest. Could be.
Evil highlighted growling trees.
Yeah.
Pinky, what are you doing? Run!
Uh,
Girls,
Give it a few more years, it'll grow its roots at you.
was a little silly and the sun was going down.
Oh, I didn't know that was a rump wiggle.
Okay.
Interesting.
She is.
Yeah. How did the show get less self-aware as it went on? Like, really?
We got entrenched in our ways.
Then what is? She said, Pinky, you gotta stand up tall. Learn to face your fears. You'll see that they can't hurt you. Just laugh to make them disappear. Ha, ha, ha. So
It's a good time to bring up that mysterious Ne'er-do-well line. Look out! It's a real ghost! That Pinkie Pie runs away from.
Now I can't stop thinking about a remix of this song right now from the early parts of the fandom.
And this reminds us how many Pinkie Pie songs we used to have.
Maybe for the better. This
They
is
were
like actually
really small though.
I know it's still like they have like almost like every single Pinkie Pie episode has a song in it.
I mean, that's such like a sweet little group bonding moment. And ironically, Fluttershy's was a funny moment.
how are we gonna cross this?
Dumb.
Applejack's
And
neck.
Steven Magnet makes his appearance.
This, on the other hand, I remember being kind of dumb.
Excuse me, sir. Why are you crying?
Sir.
Well, I don't know. I was just sitting here, minding my own business, when this tacky little cloud of purple smoke just whisked past me and tore half of my beloved mustache clean off. And simply horrid.
This guy.
Oh, give me a break. That's why, of course it is. How can you be so insensitive? Oh, just look at him.
I mean, what means a gun?
Luminescent scales.
I know.
Rarity, the element of vanity. I mean,
know.
You're fabulous, man.
actually, like, I know everybody said Rainbow and Applejack should have switched. I almost thought that Applejack should be generosity and Rarity should be honesty in the early days.
Oh!
I simply cannot.
I never thought about it like that.
Corrected.
You must die!
Bernie Pookie!
What are you?
Slay the dragon!
For your crime against fashion.
And now it's completely non-matching.
My mustache! How wonderful!
You look
I guess he could dye it.
Oh, Rarity, your beautiful tail. Oh, it's fine, my dear. Short tails are in this season. Besides, it'll grow back. So with the mustache. We can cross now. Let's go.
Allow me.
Okay, it is kind of funny.
There it is.
I will admit.
The ruin that holds the elements of harmony. We made it. Twilight, wait for us. We're almost there.
And
You don't have wings yet.
That was
also,
intense.
also Emperor's New Groove just happened there.
What? Duh.
Yeah.
Luckily for us, we don't have 3 days or...
Who's there? I ain't scared of you. Show yourself.
We've been eagerly awaiting the arrival of the best flyer in Equestria.
This is giving me Kubo vibes.
I know, right? Holy crap.
Two strings.
Hey,
Yeah.
you wouldn't mind telling the Wonderbolts that, would ya? Because I've been trying to get into that.
It
group
was
for,
seen just like this in like the same voice.
Oh yeah, and the same voice especially.
Shadow bolts.
So, while they showed up in Friendship Games, did Nightmare Moon just make them up, or are they actually a thing somewhere else?
We need a captain. The most magnificent,
Yep.
swiftest,
Yes.
bravest flyer in all the land.
Yes, it's all true.
We need you.
Just let me type
Wait a minute.
this real quick, and then we have a deal.
No! It's them or us.
What will Rainbow
What's taking so
do?
long? Oh no. Rainbow! Don't listen to them.
And the fog dances.
That was a cool moment.
You.
No, I
Thank you.
didn't actually mean you, I just thought I'd phrase it exactly like that.
But I'm afraid I have to say no.
Now, am I the only one, though, who thought Rainbow's the element of loyalty actually kind of fit from the start?
Good job, Rainbow. See? I never leave my friends hanging.
Like, I mean, a personality like hers, you know, on one hand, it's a little more brash, a little more difficult to get along with, but on the other hand, it makes you more prone to say, like, no, you don't tell me what to do, I stick to, what I've chosen. Like, I'm not,
Careful.
I say who my friends are.
1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 5. Where's the 6th? The book said, when the 5 are present, a spark will cause the 6th element to be revealed. What in the hay is that supposed to mean? I'm not sure, but I stand back. I don't know what will happen.
Funny.
Come on now, y'all. She needs to
I didn't realize that pun
Yeah.
until now about
She needs to concentrate, and Nightmare Moon needs an opportunity to attack her unguarded.
Not really weird Applejack face.
Huh.
Where did she go? Twilight, where are you? Look!
Rest of this, though, is actually pretty well staged.
I just realized like the castle is a lot more torn up in this original version.
Oh yeah. There's like no roof whatsoever anywhere.
It's cool.
You're kidding. You're kidding, right?
Have you seen my horn? I can stake you like a skill knife.
You know the phrasing.
Sucker!
Just one spark.
Was
Come on,
one thing I did like about the season 5 finale, Cutie remarked how she fakes Nightmare Moon out again with that. Like,
Oh, I didn't even remember that. Teleportation seems to be your kryptonite there, Blue
Yeah,
Axe
like-
Snooty.
she wasn't as proficient with it early on,
Yeah.
which was a nice touch. I almost wish they'd kept it going a little longer.
You little fool, thinking you could defeat me. Now you will never see your princess or your son. The night will last forever.
She's got the swag, I'll give her that as a villain. I mean, like, she's only on screen for a little
Ugh,
bit, but
guys.
think you can destroy
yeah, she has all the she has the cool look, the cool mannerisms.
Well, you're wrong, because the spirits of the elements of harmony are right here.
What?
Applejack, who reassured me when I was in doubt, represents the spirit of honesty. Fluttershy, who tamed the manticore with her compassion, represents the spirit of kindness. Pinkie Pie, who banished fear by giggling in the face of danger, represents the spirit of laughter. Rarity, who calmed a sorrowful serpent with a meaningful gift, represents the spirit of generosity. And Rainbow Dash, who could not abandon her friends for her own heart's desire.
I must get more into like the heartfelt friendship speech here than in something like Magical Mystery Cure, because like they set it up, they showed you how it works step by step. They didn't just come up with it on the spot and like
Kind of spark.
gush it.
I felt
Yeah,
it the
with
very
no
moment
filter.
I realized how happy I was to hear you, to see you, how much I cared about you. The spark ignited inside me when I realized
Especially that.
you all are my friends.
And payoff.
And there's the
Then I
cootie
know
mark.
When those elements are ignited by the spark that resides in the heart
That'll
of us
work.
all, it creates the sixth element, the element of magic.
Title drop. Avatar state. Yip yip.
Well, I was the only one that looked like she was like appraising to the gods.
That was an awesome visual though, like the eyes. But
Pony, okay?
Mm.
Oh, thank goodness! Why, really?
Magically recovering tail.
I know. I'll never part with it again. No, your necklace.
it was a one-time gift.
Just like your cutie mark.
So does yours.
Look at mine! Oh, yeah!
Applejack has an orange.
I thought you were gonna have a lot of food, but I reckon we really do represent the elements of friendship. Indeed you do.
Yeah. Applejack didn't actually buy it, but proof is in the pudding.
And Wizard of Oz imagery here.
I'm not too late to help, am I?
Whoa! Okay, for a moment there, her eyes looks very soulless there.
Princess Celestia!
Twilight
Actually, that's a
Sparkle,
pretty cool
my
little moment,
favorite
like
student.
how everyone else reacts to the princess versus how Twilight reacts.
You told me it was all an
Like
old
you can
pony
tell they
tale.
have that
I
deeper
told you that we
relationship.
needed to make some friends, nothing more.
Her
I
hoof
saw
looks
the signs of
broken there.
Nightmare's return,
Yeah,
and
that
I
kind of
knew
makes
was
it
you
feel
with the magic inside
very
to
awkward
help.
with Lesson
You could
Zero,
not
in which she
only
feels like the
true
one
friendship
that's
into your
probably
heart,
going to be bowing down
Now for
more
me
to
another will as well.
Celestia than anyone else
Princess
here right
Luna.
now.
Come again.
It has been 1,000 years since I have seen you.
It-
The upturned
it-
nose.
Original Luna design.
Differences behind us. We were meant to rule.
And what I was
together
trying to
as
say,
Sister?
it felt more
Will you accept
awkward
my
about the
friendship?
whole Lesson Zero, in which like Twilight's reverence to Celestia was very much more like
Well, like-
everyone else.
Well, I mean, it's kind of, I think it almost works like two ways. Like, she cares that much more about what the princess thinks, but
You know what
yeah,
this
she
clown
also cares that much more about...
party?
Darn it, Pinkie Pie, you changed the subject. But, like, she cares, just like she values her relationship with the princess, but also cares that much more about what she thinks because of that.
Hmm.
I realized this reminded me of the ending of Star Wars Episode 1.
So, I think we're going for, like, Luna as the,
We're
yeah,
so glum,
what someone who
student.
wasn't open
Are you
to,
not
who
happy that you
couldn't
questioned
see,
me?
I guess, the value
You
of
could
friendship
return
might
to
have
your
become
studies in Canterlot?
like-
That's just it. Just when I learn how wonderful
like
it is
Twilight
to
a
have friends,
successful
I have to leave them.
case and Luna
Spike,
not.
Take a note, please. I, Princess Celestia, hereby decree that the unicorn Twilight Sparkle shall take on a new mission for Equestria. She must continue to study the magic of friendship. She must report to me her findings from her new home in Ponyville.
Oh, thank you, Princess
For where she is
Celestia.
banished.
I'll study harder
Mm.
than ever before. Isn't this exciting?
Still diligent,
I'm excited. I've never been so excited.
but now she's got friends.
But I mean, really.
Thank you, Pinkie.
And that was Episode 1 and 2.
And two.
In silence.
Good times.
Wait, where's Cadet?
Uh-oh.
Cadet, you disappeared on us.
Let me check Facebook. She should be.
Anyway, should we start saying what we thought of the episode till then?
Yeah, I guess she should be popping back in. She's probably. I don't know. She's not. She should probably realize soon that she's been disconnected. Yeah, but I guess your thoughts. I guess.
It's kind of hard to comment on this premiere of all things. I mean, just I mean, the show itself. It's really gone through in a sort of way different eras in which the writing just changes. I mean, and even though many people seen Lauren as basically the reason why My Little Pony was strong at the beginning. I kind of feel through this episode, it's kind of it was more of a collaborative effort of it felt very interesting with the lore, which very much so is thanks to Lauren, but also the writing for writing such a pilot to be quite witted, and even though it didn't showcase all the characters for their strong points mostly, but it kind of showed everyone as being a nice bigger part to helping Equestria with how they usual interactions and going through a place that was really forbidden just so that they'd be able to help someone that they just met, kind of shows that nice gentle spirit of camaraderie that was beginning to form up, really. And yeah, just I don't really know where I'm going with saying all this. I mean, yeah,
Just it laid out a lot, but because of the different eras, it's not necessarily what you'd expect. Maybe.
Well,
it's not the stuff that you're as used to these days.
No. It's more of it's more seeing the beginning and then seeing how these characters would essentially actually accomplish their dreams instead of it being a show in which case it feels like they were getting they were getting really good development, but then the show suddenly end. I mean, we finally reached a point in which many of them have actually accomplished their dreams or even changed their dreams somewhat. I mean, we don't have Rarity all about going to Canterlot anymore, thanks to season 2, really, and it's shown more about her really enjoying Manhattan because Manhattan's a thing all of a sudden for her, a new locale and such. For Rainbow Dash, she finally accomplishes her dream of being a Wonderbolt. Though I feel a bit awkward because it's when she finally accomplishes her dream, it's it's
almost like an offhand. It makes you feel like there should be another episode after that, making her make her feel like she's finally done herself proud or whatnot. But I mean, yeah, instead that episode never really came, unless they're saving it for a future installment.
We have another season.
Well, the more I was thinking about was kind of at first first impressions of the Wonderbolts, oh, respective flight team. Oh, that's definitely the ideal dream for Rainbow Dash, and that she might have to work through her egotism, which was shown quite prominently in this episode, which was quite nice. But then it's I kind of sort of wish it wasn't in the Wonderfuls now, and it's just like
I mean, we already just got there. Like, we already haven't had the payoff to her joining the Wonderbolts yet. Just because, like, the only episode she's been in them is where she, like, first got on and was finding her place. And then the second one was a map episode, which was during her, like, day off.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, you really get a sense, like, watching this episode, just like even the first thing they do, like this whole grand lore featuring these two mythical princesses who, even when we cut to the episode, the actual story unfolding, are just like revered by everyone who comes across them. Like, we start with that lore, and then we go all the way down to some just apprentice trying to get a grasp on it, trying to report it to the higher ups. It really gives like a great sense of scale, just like we're watching these little ponies, no pun intended, just like at the bottom, just sort of, see, like, start working their way up, start to see, what the world is together bit by bit.
Huh.
Like,
I guess in that sense, it kind of sort of explains why they never really show anything about Celestia then. I mean, like, aside from the usual lazy reasons. I mean, but then again, even bringing her to like a fight kind of like destroyed that imagery a lot, and now people are just begging for Celestia screen time now. But yeah, in the original Vision, it's just quite nice. It's just quite nice seeing like sort of like the highest authority, and their apprentice having like such a nice knitted relationship, you know.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like, well, I mean, I guess I don't know if this is like what you're thinking, but I mean, there was a lot of like hinting at what kind of character Celestia is, like what she's thinking about behind that smile and whatnot, and like a lot of things, I feel like instead of going into that, we just sort of like skipped over it. Like, now that the scale they've scaled it up past that, and they like, they didn't really show us like they didn't really keep showing us like what you discover on the way up. They just were like, okay, yeah, now everybody's advanced. The sky is no longer the limit. Now the limit's the sky. And
the sky's the limit.
Just like, the world is small now, I guess, for lack of a better way to put it.
In more ways than one.
Yeah.
More ways than one.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's kind of interesting to see how they built it from here. Just like, like some stuff was really cool, like that they played really well, like what Twilight, when she I think it was season 4, where she starts to get like a higher position. Oh, Cadet's back.
Oh, Cadet.
are we just
Back and silent.
Are we adjusting your mic?
Yeah, well, we can't, if you're talking, we can't hear you, but we can see what you're writing. Yeah. Cadet says that does not make her happy. But, well, yeah, I was saying, though, up to speed, it's like kind of interesting seeing how they, now that we're so far from this, it's kind of interesting to see how they built it. Like, some stuff they did really well, like when Twilight did finally, work her way up to a higher position. It was they showed us how she went from like afraid of it, worried that it was going to change everything and that everybody was going to treat her like someone she didn't want to be, to then actually by the end of the season wanting to step up and meet the challenge, and doing so. Like, they did a really good job showing, just like here, how Twilight is both modest and wants to do right by everyone, like really cares about doing a good job. And I think like that's one thing that was maintained all the way up. But yeah, I guess though, yeah, if you look at the season 6, and some people would even argue season 5, that yeah, compare it to here where where there was just so much nuance to every moment, like the moments where she was snarky, the moments where she was overly formal, or the moments where she was sweet, or where she would use reverse psychology. I feel like you get a lot less than that. I mean, I think, yeah, Megan McCarthy had that quote, every girl wants to be a princess. It's just that, like, not every girl can, but they can still display princess-like behavior. I mean, she seems to see the end point for Twilight, or the ideal point for Twilight is just trying to be very quote-unquote princess-like. So I guess that's maybe one thing that got lost that shouldn't have. I don't know. Think it's grown. Does anybody think it's done a better job growing than I have? A worse job? Okay. Actually, Cadet, if you approve, I think I have a way that you can be heard here. But
Hello?
Yeah. Oh, that came through okay? Like, did everybody hear that?
Heard that.
Okay, Cadet, why don't you tell us what you thought of the episode?
I'm so lost right now. What's going on?
You're on speakerphone.
I've gathered that much. I mean, you called me on the thing.
So yeah, you're speaking into my microphone.
Okay.
So, yeah. Hooray for technology.
I was so muted when I was talking.
Oh, I was wondering why you were like, yeah, DC is cooking up something behind the scenes.
No, like Doctor's like, okay, just to hear the quick summary, since it'll be easier like to say than to vocalize. It's like, wait a sec. It's like, and then muted again. It's like, oh crud, I'm still muted.
I can hear you guys.
What's up?
But I can't speak down there for some reason. I think it's my mic connectivity.
Yeah, I would say just try quickly logging out of the Hangout, then jumping back in.
No, it's not that. It's my mic connectivity. Yeah, I'd have to reinstall the driver. Like, I had to, 4 months ago, or it wouldn't recognize my microphone.
Never a dull moment. I hate technology.
You just praised it a second
Yeah.
ago.
I'm not a Luddite. I'm just sort of passive-aggressively intolerant.
Wait, are you, you could try using your iPad.
Oh, yeah, because we're not watching the episode anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me go get that. This will not be edited down. Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. But while she's gone, does anybody want to contest me on whether the show has done a better job or a worse job growing than I said it did?
What was your perspective? I got lost in.
Well, just that while looking at where they started from and what they brought from it, some stuff they did a really good job growing, like how when Twilight first got her role as princess, she was actually kind of intimidated by it. She didn't want things to change too much. That's Twilight. She's kind of reserved. She likes to stick to where she's comfortable. She's modest. But then by the end of the season, she was wanting to do more with it because she also cares about doing the best job she can and doing right by those she cares about. She she has ambition, but she also has. But so that was good. But then I also feel like Megan McCarthy, she seems to see the ideal point here as Twilight just being the this beloved righteous princess who, like, I guess as long as she's not infallible, then that's all the dimension she needs. Like all the things she is in this episode. She's snarky, she's overly formal, she's reserved, she's sweet, she's kind, she's passive aggressive, she uses reverse psychology, she's and she genuinely cares, like, okay, and then compared to these newer episodes, she's the princess of friendship. I mean, I don't.
She's also a bit backstabby.
Like they try to give her. Well, I mean, she's still, like, I guess, anxious. She still worries about scheduling everything, but even that seems a little more gimmicky. So
caricature, really.
Yeah, that's probably already too overly explaining it. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think they, like, some points they did a good job, some points they did a bad job growing her.
Yeah, right? Yeah, that's true.
Welcome back, Cadet.
What did I miss?
Just second, we doing his thoughts on.
Redoing his thoughts. Did he talk for like 5 minutes?
I mean, I'm trying to get people to take me up on this, and everybody's like, how good a job they did growing from here. Repeat the question.
Well, it's because there's sort of like a million different parts that they've grown up here since it was like the first establishing episode in general. So it's like you have to break down piece by piece and see how it grew successfully or how it didn't grow successfully. But overall, I felt this was a good starting point to establish stuff. I didn't think they grew all the things perfectly. Like the execution of Princess Twilight Sparkle wasn't, like, if you know anything about my opinion about this, like I like the idea of her becoming a princess. The execution was poor. And actually, one video I want to do is in the future is how comparing Star Butterfly and how she became a princess and took on responsibility, and how maybe that's how they should have sort of treated Twilight becoming a princess, as in, oh, she has all this power, but she doesn't know how to use it properly. And like, not just like power magical, but like power as in like authority sort of thing.
Yeah. It's kind of weird how I think they almost realized how rushed Magical Mystery Cure was, because then, like, Megan McCarthy tried to say, well, no, it's a 3-part with that, the movie and the Princess Twilight episode, and then season 4 was almost like Twilight growing into the role after she actually got it. But which in and of itself I thought was all right, but yeah, the point where she actually became a princess still seemed rushed to me.
Yeah.
Hey, people agree with me.
It's real.
I feel love now.
Yeah.
Oh, really? That's all it takes? What am I doing?
You're abusing the heck out of me behind closed doors. Help or something.
Tell people that.
I'll go back in my cage now.
Oh my gosh. Someone out there will believe you. Just watch. Someone out there would totally believe you.
Well, okay,
You're
but see, that's
in trouble.
Well, the thing is, like, that someone is probably either like 11 years old or some like conspiracy theorist
hey,
type.
11-year-olds are fans too.
But like, yeah, I feel like that person wouldn't affect very much.
You never know.
But where was I? Oh yeah, I was feeling special because I made a point people kind of liked. But anyway, can anybody else bring up a point of discussion? I'm out of them.
What? That's impossible.
Okay, I'm being modest, but still, it shouldn't be all me here.
I mean, like one thing I just want to bring up is like because I've seen like a lot of people in chat, like forum chats and all that, sort of like refer to season 1 and especially like episode 1. They sort of like, oh, it was just a bad episode. It's like I don't get how they think this is a bad episode. It's like, I mean, as establishing, yeah, of course the characters are not as developed as they are later in the series, just because that's when they first are introduced. It's like, you have to start somewhere and work from there. It's like, so, but I feel this episode still, in my mind, holds up well. Besides the background animations.
Oh yes,
like, that's the one thing. Like the character animations, mostly in the hair, is like mostly because Cadet always brings it up, like all the great hair animation. In the newer season, but like it is one thing you notice after you've been shown is like, yeah, the older hair animation is a lot stiffer and more flashy, and the Flash isn't Flash software, but
the backgrounds are
like,
simple. It's so
the backgrounds
cute.
are like very simple, like
Well, I mean, like you could pick apart like technicalities of it, but as far as like the style and such, it's not unappealing to the eye. It does sort of have a vibe of like the kind of thing they were going for and stuff. I feel like the newer stuff's definitely tried to sort of beef it up, be like flashier and so. But I mean, so well that definitely has a broader appeal, and that I can give it that. But I mean, I feel like you could argue that there's a stylistic preference to each approach as well.
You want to know something interesting? Second, like at the beginning, basically when it came to people trying to recommend this show to like their friends to try to get them into like the pony craze before, not many people would actually recommend the pilot.
Mm-hmm.
They would try to recommend like some of like the what is considered to be more award-winning slice of life episodes in the series, like. I
don't know if any of these are "quote unquote" award-winning, like one over the other.
That's why I said quotation mark, as in like the fans just eat it up, like just adore it, essentially.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like everybody wants to find like the episode that's just gonna knock someone's socks off with like the flashiest animation or what the funniest character moments or whatnot, but the one that's overwhelming, I guess. But yeah, like I guess like DC said, it almost seems like people have what do you call it, like present bias or something. Like, well, we already know about the character, like the characters have already been introduced, therefore this episode just isn't fun anymore. Like we already got, like, it doesn't matter how well it played the little moments introducing them, or because other episodes that came along, like they were flashier or they were like, it almost seems like succumbing to the sequel effect. Like, oh well, now that they went bigger, the original is boring.
Yeah, that's like one thing that bringing that, like, I still don't get how a lot of people, like a lot of the newer fans will like keep saying like, oh, season 4 and 5 is the best of the whole series, and it's like, oh yeah, season. The funny thing is though, is like my best way to summarize like how meh season 6 was is no one actually, like, even the people who are saying season 4 and 5 are the best, I've seen very few actually saying even when it did polls, season 6 was not ranking in the top. So
yeah, well, like seasons 3 and 6 were just like so far below the grade that, yeah, even the whole, like, each season's better than the last effect, like, it got season 6 about halfway up the polls, but no higher than that, so yeah.
Yeah, that's like the best way I like to summarize season 6 is like, yeah, even the recency effect is not saving us.
Well, like, they've actually studied this stuff. Like, if you ask someone, would you rather get $100 today or in the future, or a year in the future, or a year in the past, as in, like, it would somehow be like you'd had it this past couple of years and you'd have whatever you would have bought for. Well, they'll always say today, because it's the effect. I mean, everybody thinks that, well, yeah, everybody, because even though
take your time,
you're not actually. Well, yeah, like for one, everybody thinks that right now is the moment they know exactly what they want or like they're most in need. I mean, and you wouldn't think it's like, well, it's all the same, right? I'm not actually taking something away from you by making you wait or giving it to you in the past, but technically you are, because like the past that would deny them the moment of like taking that money from you, of going out and like looking at all the things they want to buy from it and then actually getting to buy them and put that in their pocket and such. And I mean, because yeah, it's true, like it's like with the recent episodes that the experience of getting something new and just like seeing it for the first time and fitting it in with the rest of the show versus something you've already seen, you've already done that with. It's like eating leftovers or something, but the problem is that doesn't actually have anything to do with the quality of the two different products, and that's like why only I mean, heck, I've fallen for that myself in the past, and it was only after like a few years later when I went back and watched the very first thing for whatever reason, like, oh, they've gone bigger so many times. I mean, I wonder if this is even going to still seem a little bit good, but then it actually almost comes across like a totally different appeal when they weren't just focusing on going like bigger and flashier, and yeah. And that said, I'm probably going to get more hate than ever for saying this, but as far as the first episode goes, I kind of love it. Like, it is still legitimately one of my favorite episodes. Because, I mean, just like, well, what was it? Like, you look at it, this is the only time, like, in present context, we see Twilight as the, study bug who doesn't want to go out and make friends, who, wants to be a loner. We see, I guess, flashbacks of it. This is the only time we actually see it in the present context, and yet I think it had sort of a hold over all the seasons, or at least up until the end of season 3. Like the show had us bearing it in mind because this episode did such a good job of laying it out. Like what I said, with all the little moments where Twilight is not like Moondancer with like the for ridiculous friend making is just not for me. Like, no, Twilight wasn't supposed to be that other person, that grump who you just wish would lighten up. Like, she was supposed to be us. She was supposed to be someone who was really into what they do and was not bad, was not lacking for a life, quote unquote, but then maybe needed to see that, interpersonal connections, they're important. There's something there too. And it's not even like she's too shy. It's not even like she's too clueless. Like, it's not something she's gotten used to, as opposed to burying herself and studying and all of that. And I felt like, all the little nuances with that, and even the other friends was really good. Like, I mean, how many times has Applejack been as lovable as that moment where she first shakes Twilight's hand, just like Twilight tries to be all overly formal, and like Applejack's not even having any.
Best horse. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, how do you do, Miss Twilight? We sure hit. Like, or with Fluttershy, the way they play that with having her like just this social anxiety to. I mean, they almost like show you exactly what kind of character she is, and not even have to like stop and explain it. Like, well, here's what we were going for. At least, like, no, they give you a very strong sense of exactly what kind of character she is, all in her first scene.
And kind of like without exposition, in the sense of like, oh, this is Fluttershy. She's definitely shy, actually. Like, it was almost kind of wordless. Except for natural conversation degrading into super awkwardness.
And how, like, you compare Twilight to her, like, what kind of character Twilight is. It's not that she's afraid to talk. It's just like she just prefers not to. Like, her reaction to how awkward that conversation is, just, well, okay, but it was easy, so I'm not objecting. But I'm
just sort of like thinking about it. Like like about like the original connections like the main six had before meeting Twilight, and it's like we have like in the sense of like Rainbow Dash knowing Fluttershy before, Applejack somewhat knowing Rarity before. Like I'm not so sure what specifically.
Well, I mean, they both do small business around town, I guess. And she did seem to know Rainbow Dash too, like at least to the point where she was comfortable enough grabbing her tail and being like, "Hold it, Sugar Cube."
Well, okay, yeah, that. But it's kind of like in that sense, then it's like Fluttershy is kind of like the most away from like nearly everyone else, essentially.
Yeah. Well, she clearly knew Rainbow Dash. There's hints that she seemed like, I mean, I guess everybody, it seems like they all knew each other at least on some level, just not necessarily as good friends.
Mm.
Well, they were all willing to come to the same party and be that group that like runs up to Twilight like, "Hey, surprise, it's us again." Even Fluttershy, who like a minute before got shut out of the house. However that worked.
Yeah. And an interesting point that could be brought up is like out of everyone that Twilight meets, the one pony that sort of wasn't on that itinerary was Pinkie Pie, actually. She was like the one not on schedule, as it were, to like meet.
Yeah, I feel like I'm sorry, good.
She was essentially just since her motto about like making friends with like every pony and like in Ponyville essentially grants her at least acquaintance, and also like during the parties like probably like an enjoyable relationship during those parties and such, probably only But,
I mean, I guess actually like just watching what Pinkie's shenanigans and like making or like talking about them with a group of people, like, I mean, it's fun there, but I guess just like in the context of everything, it's probably or at least part one was probably one of her weaker showings where it was more just like sort of frantic than clever.
Yeah.
I definitely did not like Pinkie Pie from the beginning. Like, it wasn't until I think like season 2 I really started to like her. I was like, yeah, she's great. I could get used to her.
I always liked it. I mean, but she's probably one of the few really original touches of this show. Just like this modern day Looney Tune, this mashup of, I don't know, Bubbles, Tylee from Avatar, and SpongeBob. It's just like, I mean, like the other characters, I mean, they all have like their unique nuances, but I mean, Pinkie Pie is just like a whole new flavor almost.
I think for me, it's just like a personality thing.
No, it's totally not for everyone. That's
She does not mesh well with my personality. Yeah. And then when they miswrote her in, I think it was season 4, I was like super pissed. And then I was like, wait, but I thought I didn't. Okay, so I'd like her. I liked her before they wrote her wrong.
The whole season 4 debate about Pinkie. All the way up to Philly Vanilla.
Pinkie Pie was hilarious in Philly Vanilla, I'm sorry. Funniest joke in the episode, and I am not going back on that.
I'm just laughing myself off as I'm taking your grave right now.
Well, okay, well, before you strike me down with your hate, think of it like this. That joke, the whole, what's to be scared about? It's just everyone watching you on stage. They did that no less than 3 times before that, and I hated it every single time because it is a stupid, obvious joke that is absolutely baffling to think about. Like, oh, they think that saying it just like that is going to help, like the shy character. And then this episode comes along and it's like, hey, not only are they finally aware that it's stupid to think that that would help, but they're going to tear that stupid trope a new butthole by having Pinkie Pie show you exactly how stupid it is in intricate detail.
I'm sorry, could you say that word again?
No, I cannot.
All right. We've been going on for a while, so I guess let's just give our final thoughts on the first episode of the series.
I like to start by saying that this premiere was honestly a second, but it's still quite good to watch. Even if you've seen it like 2 or 3 years ago as like a sort of like as like a refresher, it's still quite nice, and there's still a lot you can glean off of it. Like I just noticed like the whole pun about Spark when Charlie was saying like Sparkle, I get it.
I don't know if that was the intention, actually.
Wait, really? There was no intention?
Well, I mean, Spark and Sparkle, like, I mean, there already was a pony named Twilight Sparkle. I think just like a spark of friendship or a spark between two people that ignites friendship. Like, well, put it this way, I could buy it being a coincidence.
I got you. But yeah, quite enjoyable. I mean, like it was the beginning of like humble beginnings for Pinkie Pie, quite literally. So like that first audible gasp, and then for Spike, it's just like sometimes he was like joking it about with like the other ponies. When Twilight actually looks embarrassing for the first time, given the context. Like, it's still quite funny even now. And then there's like moments like, it's great, quite enjoyable seeing like how certain characters progress, including Fluttershy, including like Rainbow Dash, including Rarity. Not so much Applejack. I mean, like she was quite nice before, but it's like now it's like, maybe you should try to go back to like the roots of like maybe enjoyable Applejack. Like you know, let's not hamper her with like all that conflict.
Apple horse is best horse.
At her best, she just might be like moments like she had in this episode in I don't know, Look Before You Sleep, where it's like they're not afraid of the fact she's more mature than everyone else. I kind of like that. Like, she can have her stubborn moments. She can, like, her conflict is almost like she worries too much about taking care of. Well, they try that too, but even then, it's like they try too hard to make her like, no, see, she's flawed. She's really flawed. Like, no, still let her be that big sister. But yeah,
she was the one that I could like relate to the most. You know, honestly, because I'm the eldest in my family. There's like 4 other ones after me, so I'm like. Yeah, I can understand that big sister role real easy. And honesty is legitimately the most important thing to me. I'm like, I want people to be honest with me. I want them to tell me when something's wrong. I want them to, you know, say when they don't like something instead of just grin and bearing it. I'm like, tell me the truth. Like, it's really bad. So I was like, this is legitimately a pony that's like based after me. Yeah. So it's her and Rarity are tied for first, quote unquote. If I were to pick one, I can't still.
Choices.
But
interesting choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not so much because of the first episode, but I think like Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash would go on to become my favorite. Although you do see a lot of their good qualities here. Like by part 2 of this episode, I already was good with Pinkie.
For me, it's kind of like I didn't expect Spike to be like my favorite out of the bunch.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Seriously, like
Spike. Okay, Spike is my absolute favorite character just from like overall. But people were always like, no, of the main 6. And I'm like, but he's the main 6 to me. He's part of that to me.
For me, I unconsciously liked Spike during like season 3 and was trying to like give him a pass for like I'm trying to get people to like see like there's good in these episodes, you know? I mean, like it might feel uncomfortable just for psychic and like him being like selfish and stuff, but he's going through it like begrudgingly. Like life is giving him like a shorthand, you know.
Spike for president, Spike for president, Spike for president, Spike for president. You like Spike? I like Spike. Everybody likes Spike for president. Hang out the banners, beat the drums. We'll take Spike to Washington. We'll take Spike to Washington. I cannot sing that high. Oh well.
Cadet, the reason why I relate to Spike so closely is I've been in the sense of the position of the little brother, even though I haven't really connected much with my sister, up until recently, just not knowing what to do for more complex scenarios, it's just kind of like a shorthand dealt by fate, you know. But aside from Spike, it's the other ponies I relate to are Pinkie Pie, and more recently, after looking back, Fluttershy actually, because a part of me is kind of afraid of really interacting in a sense showing my faults or vulnerabilities like Fluttershy was before.
How about that? This episode has us talking about our favorites all over again. They all come out of the gate really strong. Even the lesser showings are still pretty strong. It's you with that big impression right away. Whose final thoughts are we on, by the way?
Sort of I didn't give any thoughts really, so it's whatever. It's fine.
Like you were starting to. Well, okay.
It's cool.
You can go ahead of me, by all means.
No.
No. You said it. Where I do the good boyfriend thing, and by all means, ladies first.
Oh, so you have to use the boyfriend card for this. I see how it is.
It's not the gentleman card, then.
Okay, there you go.
Well, now they're gonna think you abuse me.
I'm sorry. Damn it!
Hey, wait.
Unova.
Yeah.
You're talking about characters that you relate to.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, I watched the show to make sure that my little sister could watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And she could, thankfully. And so we watched episodes together. And for my birthday, it was I think, goodness, it was almost a full year. Till my, because it was a couple weeks after my birthday that the season 3 finale happened. And a full year later, my little sister, who was, I think, 5 or 6 at the time, no, probably 5, closer to 5, she got me a Fluttershy plush.
Aww.
Because she said that was the pony I reminded her of. And I was like, I don't like her though. I don't like her that much. I wanted Applejack. It was just funny. I was like, I don't want to be a Fluttershy.
Oh, no.
She's so quiet and awkward. And I know that's me, but you should have reminded me. That just reminded me of that story.
Yeah.
She's still sitting over there on my bed. She's one of the string hair Walmart ones, but that was the present she bought for my birthday.
I gotcha.
Yeah. First pony thing I got too.
What I didn't really get to say was for Pinkie Pie, I kind of felt the reason why I liked her wasn't really shown in the premiere as much, so that's why I didn't really say much of anything about Pinkie Pie. I mean, it did show her being a bit zany, in part 2, and though honestly looking back, she kind of I don't know. She might have had like the second to worst trial for like her element, really.
I don't know. I thought it was kind of sweet. Like it's another thing I liked early on, that like they were supposed to be filling adult roles, but they still sort of had like younger mindsets. Like they were still allowed to do just little vulnerable moments like that.
Well, no, I'm not really going against like the whole like laughing together in a circle on the ground. It's just sort of like without like the sense of like movement from the trees, like if they were like they're pretending to be like alive monsters and such. Like
cue the Snow White scene.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh gosh, you know what? You didn't think about it? Are you serious? That was the first thing I thought of. I was like, yeah, those looking so good. They're all creepy and trees.
So much better than that Princess and the Goblin movie that tried to rip that off.
Princess and the Goblin?
You haven't seen it. Don't even worry about it.
I haven't seen it either.
But,
that joke fell flat with us, but it might not for the audience.
But like for Pinkie Pie, in the sense of like her like emotional state, like can be quite varying. Like I can very much relate to it, especially as of late. Like with my own issues of like dealing with like emotional issues, like distracting me or making me less active to do anything at all, questioning stuff of the sort. But then there's also like her internal drive to like just spread happiness and such. It's like such a pure intent that not many people have, especially in reality. Like everyone's just worried about their own issues or like their own gain and such. But not many people think about like, what's the best way to not hurt someone, you know? And in that sort of case, in that sort of case, it's kind of like I feel like I'm more of a combination of Pinky and Fluttershy. In which case, it's like I have emotional issues. I really want to be nice to everyone. I just really don't want to hurt anyone. Really, just really want to be like zany when I feel like it. You know, just be hyper energized at points like that. You know.
All right. We need to be summarizing.
Oh God. Sorry.
All right.
This episode has that effect. Sorry, good.
Cadet, do you have any final thought? Like any more finishing things?
I think it's just really nice to have like a time capsule kind of thing to see how far we've gone in terms of it. I don't know what I missed because I was having technical issues. So I'm like, what did we all talk about? But I don't know, because you can see the progression in quality based on how much attention it was getting and how much the show staff started to really love the show. So I'm like, it's really interesting. It was supposed to technically be like a glorified, show. It was just a toy franchise for the longest time, and it's like we've come so far and we've got so much development, and I love it. It's more of a nostalgia thing at this point, though, unfortunately for me, because I'm like, yeah, I mean, I liked it, but I do prefer the quicker pace in the more recent seasons, I guess. I don't know. And the colors completely changing. Of course, you said that might be an iTunes thing, so not sure, but yeah.
Well, which most recent seasons specifically?
I know, well, it sort of depends, because like
4, 5, and 6, or
4, 5, and a few of 6. A few episodes of 6. There's something weird that's going on with the show in season 6. And we already talked about that the last time, where it's like the main cast did not get any real focus whatsoever. So I don't know. But Yeah, I really like. I think 4. No, 5 was probably my favorite if I had to pick one. From what I'm remembering, I probably have to go look at the list of episodes again because I'm really bad at that. But like from this, the thing about this is I didn't like. In all honesty, the these episodes, these 2, were the very first episodes I ever saw of MLP. I saw like little clips that people would share in like places as like a gag thing response to something someone said, and I'm like, what is this? And so I found out what it was, and through my brother, and watched the first 2 episodes, and I was like, I guess I'll watch another one because I don't always I don't judge books by their covers, quote. I like to watch at least 5 episodes of something before I'm like, okay, that's what it is representing. But like Apple Book season was immediately like, I was like, I like this. I like this. I actually do. It was, yeah. But the first episodes didn't really do much for me. So I was like, Talking about it now, I'm like, I still don't feel like they're still lackluster for me. I don't know. Yeah. But I guess those were my final thoughts. Yeah.
Okay. And as for me, I guess I am in the opposite camp because, well, like I said, I'd seen, between seasons 1, 2, 3, I'd seen about, I think, 4 episodes ahead of time. I was like, all right, let's start from the start, see how they work their way up. Instead, this episode kind of got me, like, right from the get-go. It was one of the episodes I liked, and looking back, I think it actually even holds up a little better than those other ones. Like, as far as the slice of life episodes that focus on the entire main 6, I don't know if we've still had a better one than part 1 of this one. It's like, I mean, well, I guess put it like this: you can say that, okay, a lot of the newer ones are faster paced, but as far as the balance of the pacing, the structure, and all, it's like you compare this to Discord's first thing, Return of Harmony, where, okay, they're in a maze for a while, and then that turns out it wasn't really going anywhere, and then he just reveals he's basically been leading them in circles, and he beats them, but then he just disappears while they make their comeback and they beat him, or what, like Cutie remarked, where they keep resetting. Like this one, everything is a clear progression from what came before it. Everything has a setup and a payoff and a continuous motion. Like I said, part 1, they lay out the scale, they lay out the premise, they start exploring it with showing us all sides of this main character, and just taking a little time to show us everyone's quirks and such. And then Nightmare Moon makes her appearance and she spies on Twilight. So then, okay, game on. They go through each trial one at a time, like with Nightmare Moon, and there's a reason she hasn't like just showed up to fight them yet. She's trying to see if she can get them to turn back without a fight. So one step at a time, just like everybody reveals their strengths one by one, and it's almost like a quest of ascending trials, and then the final conflict, which like the final head-to-head, which, like I said, was, I thought, pretty well staged, other than, okay, let's just leave her alone to let Nightmare Moon sneak attack her. Like, it has a pretty good pace to it, like everyone spotting the other tower, trying to rescue her in time, and Twilight pulling a pretty slick move that fakes her out, but still coming up short, apparently, until, like, right at the darkest hour, the big comeback punch. Just like, it's all set up, it's all played out with well thought out sort of cause and effect structure. And I mean, I don't know. I say if you haven't seen this episode for a while, just like go in just as if you've got nothing to lose. Like just just that understanding that you're getting a different sort of appeal. You're not trying to get like an overwhelming, flashy sort of a two-parter like we have these days. Just like something that's trying to be that's coming from the older shows and trying to start a new thing. And yeah, just going like you have nothing to lose, and you might be surprised by how much you get by like, yeah, these first impressions everyone made, how endearing they were. And I'm cutting myself off at that.
All right. I guess I'm the only one left. But I sort of summarized my thoughts earlier, which is that I just still feel this is one of my favorite openers of the show. Just because of how easily it establishes pretty much the entire framework for the show and for many future seasons. I think we are only sort of now, after season 6, fully moving past all the established arcs in season like this episode with the Rainbow Dash joining the Wonderbolts being complete. So yeah, like I think this is a great setup episode that sort of helps set the benchmark for the entire franchise, which still works. Background animations are a little basic, but
and yet still appealing to the eye.
That's your mind sort of fills the rest of it.
That's the quality of good art direction.
Yeah.
Like it's not just about well, there are different styles, I guess. That's enough to. I mean, I think even early on, like, I mean, I've gone back. I haven't found any hate for this episode from when it actually debuted. It's all after the newer stuff came out. Like, oh, well, that was just the intro. Like, we can safely write that one off now. And even the animation, like,
strong word.
Yeah. Well, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the people who are trying to be like newer seasons. Stop telling us like you don't want to like you don't. Well, I said before my whole $100 analogy. Like, yeah, asking someone to prefer getting $100 in the past. I mean, of course they're gonna feel like you're cheated or whatnot, or like you're asking them to, I don't know, tighten their belts a little bit. It's like, yeah, of course they're gonna. Oh yeah, stop ruining the experience. Like, if what we're experiencing right now is not the greatest thing ever, then you're telling us we should hate it or something. But I'm sorry, I got sidetracked there. Yeah, even the animation though from this earlier episode, yeah, like everything I come across, like people would kept bringing that even from these episodes. They kept bringing up the animation as one of the things to like counter the haters. Like, no, it's a really well drawn show. It's a really well written show. But now, of course, because we have this whole split on past versus present, like one of them has to be definitively superior to the other. It's well, no, it was crap. Like this now it's good, which
well, I guess see y'all like next week or later in the week.
Mm-hmm.
Voltron.
I'm talking lions. I'm talking more lions.